and welcome back to my channel. I wanted to share today how I was able to learn how to shop for my foundation shades. So the first thing that you will need to do is determine your undertone. Um, most people can determine their undertone simply by the color of their veins, but there are simple or additional tips and tricks that you can use in order to determine what your undertone is. So you can look at the colors of your vein. You can also determine by wearing silver or gold jewelry and seeing which one is best for you. Seeing how your skin reacts to the sun. And then you have to consider other features that you have, like the color of your eyes. So for me, starting out early and getting into makeup and being a beginner, the easiest thing for me to do was to either determine which color of jewelry looks better on my skin or looking at my veins. So in my opinion, the color of jewelry that looks better on my skin is the one that I wear most often, is silver. And then once I took a look at how to determine by using your veins, it kind of reassured me that my tone was a warm tone. So it's easy to kind of categorize the tones with warm, cool, neutral. However, there are other stages of the undertone world. For warm tones, it can be shades of gold, yellow, peachy, and for me, I do have my eyebrows done, and I have on some primer on my lids, but on my skin, I don't have on any makeup. I just simply applied some cocoa butter, which is what I do normally at night. So for me, my skin, just first glance to me, I would think golden tones, yellow tones, peachy tones. Um, but it just confirmed it for me once I actually Googled and kind of did a little bit more research. So for cool tones, that would be colors within pink, red, blue. And then neutral tone is a mixture of the gold and pink tone. So sometimes, especially when you have hybrid pigmentation, you may have different undertones. Or even without the pigmentations or any skin irritations, you may have you may be in the category of the warm and the neutral, which is the warm and the cool tones. It is important to know your undertone because that helps you with selecting foundation shades. So when I initially started into makeup, I didn't know anything about undertones. I just went into Ulta and asked the salesperson if she could assist me with finding my shade. So initially, when I was introduced to makeup, I started out with a skin tint. This is the Pretty Fresh skin tint, and I have the shade Deep Dark 21W. This has the hyaluronic acid in it, which is really good for your skin. I normally wear the tints in the summertime, instead of the foundations, but it just depends. You can wear them year round. That's just normally when I select to wear them. So for these, the W in this signifies the warm undertone. So that's why it's important to know what your undertone is. It may have a C at the end. It may have an N for neutral. And so for me, I do try to match with a shade or find a shade that matches my chest, because typically your face and hands are a different color than the rest of your body, because most of the time the remainder of your body is exposed to the sun and just different temperatures. So with this tinted moisturizer, some stores will let you swatch shades. So this is the Pretty Fresh tinted moisturizer. And at first glance, it does look like it would be very appropriate for me. But I always encourage people to mix the foundation in and kind of let it oxidize with your skin. And so if you're finding, or the closer you are to finding a match, you won't be able to tell most of the time that there is a product applied to your face, because it blends in really closely to your skin, which is what is happening here with the skin tint. This is Pacifica Foundation, I think it is. And I bought this on sale from Target when I first got into makeup as well. At first glance, it looks a little dark for me. It's a little bit darker than the tinted moisturizer, but for different seasons, your foundation shade may also change. You may have a lighter one and you may have a darker one that you use. So for this one, I can remember that I did not like this foundation simply because when in the summertime, it was just running everywhere. And I didn't have it on for a long period of time. And I don't think it was like really, really hot. I think it was like the beginning of summer. And this was just all over my mask, just everywhere. So I really haven't worn it since then. So this one is, like I said, is a little bit darker. But even with sometimes darker foundations or things that may seem like they're not your match, when they oxidize, they may be a little bit closer to you. But as you can see, you can tell a difference within my face in this color, my chest in this color, my hand in this color. So this is a little bit too dark for me. I do have another, this is a CC cream, which is similar to the moisturizer, and this is from CoverGirl. This is the CoverGirl Clean Fresh. Trying to let the camera zoom in on it, and this is the shade 620 Deep. That's how it looks, and then we're just gonna mix it in. And let it oxidize or dry down. And you can't really tell the difference in the color on my hand and my chest. So this would be a good shade for me. Some foundations will look like they're going to be a good shade, a good warm shade, but they'll pull too orange for me. So I don't like the ones that make me look orange, and I think I've probably given those away. I don't think I have any more of those. We're gonna try some that I have from Juvia's Place. I have the Juvia's Place in 410 Nairobi and 340 Kampala. So this is the 410 Nairobi. And this is the 340 Kampala. Okay, Kampala and Nairobi. And it looks like Nairobi is a little bit lighter than Kampala. And neither of these, in my opinion, are for me. They don't match any part of me. So these I can actually declutter or give to someone else who may match these shades. Let's see. If you are not able to swatch, because it's hard, we purchase a lot of things now online, and it's kind of, you can't swatch anything from online, and then different stores have their restrictions. They may or may not allow you to swatch. So if I know I'm going shopping for foundation, I'll try to wear something that cuts kind of low in this area so that I can at least put the bottle up to me to see which best fits me. So like these two, neither of those or neither of these are my shade. They don't match any part of me. This one is also too dark for me. This is one that's dark, but I can make this work because it's not so dark to where it won't blend in once I put all of my other foundation, once I put all of my other makeup on. And once you start to play around with makeup, you'll learn how to fix things that you feel like are mistakes. This is definitely not my shade. So I can tell most of the lighter shades, I can look at them and tell if they're my color or if they'll blend well with my undertone. So you just want to make sure that you're doing as much research as you can before purchasing foundation, because they're not always affordable. And depending on the retailer, they may not accept the return. So you just want to make sure that you're just doing a little bit of research before going to purchase something. There's also palettes that are warm, neutral, and olive. Eyeshadow palettes. So I normally gravitate towards neutral palettes. I love neutral colors on my eyes. And that can be tans, grays, silvers, mauves. Warm colors are peach, pink, and green. And then olive can be orange, rust, or like different shades of like army green. So this is a palette that's mixed up with neutral tones and warm tones. But this is an easy go-to palette for me. So you have your browns, your golds, your champagnes. You have a yellow, a cream, a beige, sort of a mauve color. You have a teal right here. So this is a good, well-rounded palette. And this is by Dominique Cosmetics. Another one that I have is the Natasha Denona Ayana palette. It's 5 shades, but it's a neutral palette, and you can get some really cute looks out of here. It has 2 shimmer shades and then 3 mattes. And then the New Rule palette by the Crayon Case is also a good neutral and warm palette. And it has a couple of shimmers in here. So you'll be able to get a lot of good looks out of palettes like that. Especially when you're just learning colors and just trying to see how to apply eyeshadow and testing out different formulas and brands of eyeshadows. So I just wanted to share that information with you because I know I was kind of struggling with it. And sometimes I still am struggling with it when I try new brands. So that's just something that you can do. If you Google the information, it'll give you more details if you want to know more information. And I'll also try to link the video or the informational page that I checked out to get most of my information when I initially started out. Again, if you have any questions, please list them down below. I thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a good day. Please remember to share and subscribe. Thank you.